If you, as a man, feel like you are losing it when it comes to your wife or your long-term girlfriend, you're feeling that you're losing the relationship. She's simply not interested anymore. Something happened. Or maybe something wasn't really there in the beginning. You just end up together and you did your best. But she doesn't reciprocate anything back. So what to do then? Well, if you can identify yourself in that situation, then this video is for you. So stick with me. So picture this, that you going home and you're doing your best. You are in a positive mood. You try to, be friendly in the best possible way. You're trying to, in some way make her happy, right? You're trying to, come with a couple of funny remarks. You're trying to, just having a good time, and she don't give you anything back. Nothing. And this is not something that happened once. This happens frequently now. And you just feel powerless, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do here. I mean, it's a horrible feeling, isn't it? Just thinking about it make me feel, not good. So what is the problem here exactly? Well, the truth is, in most relationships, the attractionness level is unbalanced. You see, we as men can, feel instant attraction towards women, and especially towards your long-term girlfriend or wife in the beginning, as a foundation for feeling attraction, sexual attraction, which are the foundation for good relationships, for love to develop. But the question is, in the beginning, when you met your wife for the first time, the second time, the third time, or your long-term girlfriend, did you build the foundation right? Did you build that important emotional connection that in turn will spark attraction? Well, most men didn't. And they will pay the price later on with the women that they have, start getting uninterested. Like they cannot pretend anymore. They might have tried to, in some way artificially, make the relationship good, but they just can't hold it anymore. They just don't feel it. And then now you are in a relationship crisis. That's a huge problem. So what to do then? Well, I will tell you how you can go back and start building a strong emotional foundation that is so important for every good relationship. All right. And if you haven't built it, you can go back and rebuild it as long as you are aware about the factors, the elements that work as a foundation for good relationships. All right. So now, the foundation is emotional connection. All right. Emotional connection sparks emotional trust and emotional safety, the feeling of it. And women need to feel that you are emotional available, because if you aren't, then she just doesn't know what she has. And if she feel like you don't have this emotional availability, then her attractionness level towards you will sink to the bottom. Really, she will start losing attraction towards you. So your first mission when it comes to saving your relationship or your marriage is to go back and start having real conversations with your woman. All right. The first thing is your curiosity. Your need to start getting curious about your wife or your girlfriend again. All right. And what I want you to do is to write down a couple of essential part of her life. Start with her work. All right. Start with her things she's doing after work. So when she's working, she's doing one thing. When she's not working, she's doing another. And based on those two, try to find the underlying reason of why she's doing what she is doing. So for example, let's say that she is a nurse. Now it's up to you to try to understand what is the number one reason she became a nurse. Even if you are her husband, You might not know because you never really asked. So I want you to go ahead and start asking her, you know what, before you became a nurse, what came to your mind that actually made you become a nurse? And then I'm just curious, once you became a nurse, was it different from what you could imagine? And right now, what would be the best thing being a nurse for you? I'm just curious. I never thought about that. That is the type of conversation you need to start having. I can give you a template that is very powerful. And that is the template of the past, the present, and the future. So before she became a nurse, something happened there that made her become a nurse. And then now when she is a nurse, how is it exactly? If she could change something at the work or at the work in general as a nurse, what would that be? What would she change? And what is the number one thing that she's really good at that most people aren't? And what is the number one best thing by being a nurse? And what is the worst thing? Start figure that out. And now in the future, if there will be something that she believes can change the route of being a nurse in the future, that she would like it to be, what is it? Start being curious towards your wife and your woman. You need to be curious and start finding out things. What you're doing there is that you're showing that you are available emotionally. Because what she's going to tell you about all those things is emotions. Emotions linked to what she's doing, her relationship to her work. All right, it's very emotional because that is what we are all about at this moment. What we do for work, what we're doing day by day. So keep that template in mind and start asking her about those things. Work. It could also be if you have a strong hobby that she's doing, after work, or things that she does when she's not working. And then also ask her about the place you both are living in. What do you actually like about this place? What is it that you don't like about this place? If there would be something that you could change in this place, what would that be? If we could travel, and move to another place and just change our lives, what comes to your mind when I'm saying that? I would like to know. Start figuring things out, all right? That is the only way to rebuild relationship that hasn't been built on that foundation of understanding, empathy, that actually build emotional connection that are linked to the feeling of emotional trust and emotional safety, and that together during the process spark attraction. If you haven't done that, you can go back and rebuild it. That is the number one way to save relationships, especially for you as a man who want to in some way get your woman back for real. And now I want to tell you that if you want to get started to become a good conversationalist, both when it comes to meeting a new woman in your life, if you're single, to start building relationships based on real foundations and then continue on that, or if you want to rebuild your existing relationship to become really strong again, to become really good again, then make sure to watch my free video training. I will go through how you can get started with the right mindset and with the behaviors that follows. Make sure to get access by clicking on the link in my description. You will find the link there, and make sure to watch the video because it's going to give you a lot of insight and value. You'll be amazed how amazing real conversations can have. And if you find that this video gave you good value, make sure to subscribe, all right? Because I don't want you to miss my future videos. Let's do this together. Let's learn together. Let's make something really happen. So subscribe, watch my videos, and let's take the first step of transforming our lives, all right? So I hope to see you in the next video.